Be live doing some training. Cause why the hell not? I have a thing I'm going to do. Why am I... I was gonna say. Oh, it seems like people are not happy at all. Oh, cool. Divine Inspiration locked. I don't know if that even does anything. Oh, wait, it does do something here. It's been a while since I've played, guys. Oh, I did that? Okay. Can I make people happy? I can make people happy. Happy! Oh, if you'll notice, everything's red right now. Everything is very red. Okay, that's done. People are happy now. Now. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot so many people died recently. I might have to make more grave areas just in case. We're gonna put graveyard number 2. Right here, I guess. Get rid of this tree real quick. Chop, 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 chop. Done chopping. Theodore old. Okay. What do we get? I don't want shirt shelter. Peter tent. I'll get it, just to see what that means. Cause I'm curious. I'm very curious of what it means. What does a Peter tent do? Yeah, I can only put it once. So I figured. What is the leader tent do? You can tire. If you're tired, what's it, nighttime maybe? I don't know. Do I have enough bones for a ritual? Please say I do. I don't. Fuck. Okay, well. Well, I did have enough bones. Not anymore, I guess. I'll make some food real quick. And then, I will go, do some, crusades. Fight the Leshy again.
Hello.
Hello!
You know, I'm an idiot. I forgot to switch to Linux. I'll be back in a second. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm an idiot. Damn it.
Is that a godly blunderbuss? No fucking way! First? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, it's not. Okay, it's not. Okay. I forgot blunderbuss though. I thought that was godly for a second. That would have been crazy. Your first try, that would have been insane. Gun. Get gunned. Get shot, motherfucker. Gun. We love gun. 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 Freaking gun, man. So OP. Power of gun. Too easy, man. I think that area is the, yeah. Ooh, that got close. I need to practice my no-hitting, because that's a thing in, also, hi. I think you're back, right? That was you, alright? Oh, guess not. I have to practice my no-hitting, because that's a thing I have to do. I almost just dashed into that motherfucker. That wasn't bad. Easy. Easy W. Hello.
Hello. I might have
Hello.
to.
Hello.
Might take some time to try the computer because it kind of broke a little bit.
Okay. 50% chance to heal a heart or 50% chance to gain a spirit heart. What the hell is a spirit heart? Gun. We love gun. Kraken has reached old age. Why is everyone reaching old age? Why? Why is everyone old? Ooh. I have to practice my no-hits, because, Wait, are you still here?
Huh?
Oh yeah, you are still here. Just making sure. Making
just-
sure I'm not
I'm
talking
just
to
a
no
little
one.
I'm just a little distracted right now because you see I recently updated my Linux and
Yeah.
it kind of broke things again,
Yeah.
as it always does when I update because I'm unlucky.
What was I gonna say? I'm trying to practice because I'm doing an achievement race stream soon, so I have to learn how to no-hit and stuff because that's an achievement for a lot of shit. Ooh, that close. Thank you. That archer almost no-hit me, like, without even giving me a chance to dodge. Like, it just spawned and shot. Luckily it missed, but that could have been bad. Did that enemy just drop a fish? I think it just dropped a fish. I did not realize I had that tarot card on. Bones. Hi, chicken. Beyond! Okay, if I remember correctly, if I, break this, and, oh, well, never mind, I can't do the portal thing. Oh yeah, I have to go through all of it, and... Oof. We love gun. Gun's the best. Me when I'm in a best item, best weapon competition. My competition is the blunderbuss. Oh no, I got hit once. Well. Oh yeah, frickin' shield things. Hate shielders. Bro, that guy like, got alerted and immediately died. That's kind of funny. One thing I'm curious about in this game is that basically the Bishops of Old Faith killed all lambs. But why lambs? For a cat to be set free? Why a cat specifically? No! Theodore has died of old age. No, Theodore. The burb. Sad. Burb, no. You're too. Divine Blast! Biden Blast! Gift. Question mark. What does question mark mean? Oh, hi, receive challenge. Oh, yeah, challenge. What, yeah? What do you got? Hello there, Crusader. Stand your ground. If you can complete the next combat region without dodging, reward shall be yours. But if you fail, then alas, not for you. I have the hearts to spare, I'd say. Even though it's the boss room, I can do it. Die, bird. I love killing the birds at range. Freaking fly away when I get near it. Oh, oh my god! I literally thought, no dodging, immediately presses B. Immediately. Are you kidding me? Well, that was great. That is just hilarious. Hounds of Fate. What does that do? Oh, I love this. I love this frickin' this spell thing. I forgot what it's called. It's homing and it has multiple shots, so it can't really miss. I can hit multiple enemies if you want. Oh, there's the last enemy. I was like wondering where the last enemy was. Okay, boss time. Oh, I see the bosses are in hard mode, basically, because I do not remember that projectile attack being a thing. Well, that's not a hard attack. Oh, that attack is fast. Holy crap. Okay, stop it. Stop it, Veilfar! Stop it, please. Stop it! Please! Stop it! No! How did I lose to that? Well... Wait, if I can sacrifice an old guy. So Techno's old, Pacheco's old. Goodbye, Pacheco. Give me your power, Pacheco. To immediately get hit, great. No! 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 No fucking way! Probably, I don't fucking know. Immediately! Didn't even get a chance to breathe! What the hell? Oh man. Damn, that's crazy. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to get some dead body. Make sure no one gets sick. What you gonna do, Twitch chat? Please be nice. Thank you for giving a snorer. Who's Nachabir? I forgot who that is. One of the random guys, I'm guessing. Who's Nachabir? Okay, I can assign a house. Ellie... I don't think Ellie's a snorer though, so I can change that to Nachabir, whoever that is. You... Yeah, exactly! Exactly! I'm not dealing with this bullshit, get out of here! Bro said you're not worth my time. And this is why I am training. Because I need to be better. Oh wait, that's I don't want to do doctrine. I want rituals. Do we have someone who can send? I think we have one. Who can send? Which one is it? I think that's is it. Yeah. Who's the old guy here? Okay, we got Technoblade. I think you would like that.
Technoblade?
Like, I'll revive him. Don't worry, I'll revive him later.
Yeah, revive him. Gotta.
Of course, I've done that already. I've already revived him once.
I gotta do it again.
Oh yeah, I'm going to. I have to get bones out of that and stuff. Okay, we got that. I don't have enough for ritual of resurrection yet, though. Can't ascend someone though. Who else is old? got Kraken sold. Okay. Bye bye. Okay, then it's time to do that, get food going, repair everything that collapsed, because for some reason they decide everything is going to collapse. Don't know why. And, oh yeah, I just start to replenish everything, I guess. And then I can go back and retry that shit. Grass. I love the grass eater trait. Like, that's the most OP thing. Because, like, normally it would give you sickness and stuff and barely replenish any food. It still doesn't replenish food, but it removes the chance of causing illness. You can feed grass. It's so freaking OP. Eos and Tago started a fight! Eos, why? Eos, no! Eos, that is your animator! That was your animator, Eos, why? Yeah, he is a higher being. Tago, what do you have to say? I don't want to be here anymore. Please let them hurt me anymore. I'm sorry, Tago. Aww, I'm so sorry, Tago. Oh, I feel bad now. I feel bad now. Kitchen. That's OP. I want to get that. Yes, please. With the kitchen. Oh yeah, I should probably add fuel. And also rebuild all of this. There's no lumberyards need repair. And then apparently some shelters have collapsed. Yep, here's one. I need to build more of those special shelters. Might make some shelters, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have enough. I need gold bars still. Make some gold bars. Gold bars, and make some special wood here. And make some special stone. Okay, now that's done. Time to retry against Valifar. Freaking Valifar, man. And here I thought I was OP. I had the blunderbuss and everything. Maybe I can get a merciless hammer. that would be awesome. Wait, is that godly? Not godly, is it? Dang. Not necromantic. Don't care about necromantic. That's just a regular axe. Okay, whatever. Is that? Okay. Wait, it's only 0.4. I'm gonna do that actually. Ugh. Do I get bones from these? I know I do, but like, it's worth a shot. Okay. Really? The guy with a shield already, huh? Where's my... Oh, I pressed RB instead of LB. I pressed LB instead of RB. That was great. I just realized I forgot about how bad the gauntlets were. I need a new weapon. I need a new weapon. Did that chest drop nothing? Hold up. Did that chest drop nothing? I think it did. Oh wait, no. Alright, thank you. I was just attending to other business. Here, I'm back now. I'll be right back, enemy. I just had to attend to some other business. What was that? I don't remember there being ghosts. I'm confused now. Bones. Flower necklace, cool, nice. I can go to shop. Flower shop. A shop of relics, I think? Do that. Relic shop. Nintendo place. Nice, I like that. Just go here, I guess. Have blue heart, I'll take it. Oh, that was nice. It wasn't a bad thing at all, it was hearts. Yay. On to the final area. Stop it, things. I cannot have the frickin' combo when I get to the boss fight, because he will destroy me if I do that. Thank you. Weapons. That's not what I wanted! Poison will also be good, though. I wanted an actual weapon, not... fucking hell. Why are you so big? Why are you so big? Ooh, frickin' river almost screwed me over there. Poison myself.
Yeah.
Hi. Give me a better weapon, please. I need an actually decent weapon. Please. Or else I'm gonna frickin' get annihilated by bro. Yeah. I know that way's the boss fight, so I can't go that way. I need to get a weapon. Yes! Bane Hammer? No. Godly Dagger, though. Oh, I want a Godly. That Merciless Hammer. Never mind. Merciless Hammer, Critical Hit Hammer. And I think I win, because critical hits on hammers are OP. Hammer! Time! Merciless Hammer with boss fight equals immediate win. Pretty much. Pretty much. So that's how you get a critical hit and I win, pretty much. I want to get a heart real quick. Yeah. Can I please get a critical hit? Please? 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 Please give me a critical hit! Fine, I'll get rid of someone, because I freaking hate this guy. Don't freaking care about Merigano. Now please just don't do it again, because I will be upset. Do that. Thank you! I just needed one more hit! I just need one more hit for the critical hit. Thank you for the god tier, though. I'll take that. It happened, finally, but, like, took too long. Longer than I'd like. I'm not cooked. I'm alive. I'm alive. Never mind. Thank you, Hammer. Oh, have you, since you're on Twitch, you can create a guy. Tell me if you've done that, because then I can do a lottery thing. Which is basically you will automatically win, because, you know, you're the only guy in Twitch chat. So you can't really lose. I'm talking to Pro Dude 100 in chat.
I was definitely paying attention. Absolutely, I would never get distracted.
Yeah.
No, I would never.
My dog lost a level. Why to chat?
Time for Queen Bee Pain.
Basically, reconnect Twitch to the game? Okay, it's connected now. And I just disconnected it again. What the hell? Why did I do that? Okay, it's connected now. Again, I should say. What is the leader tent? Okay, what do I want to make? I want to make the food. The kitchen. Oh, you don't upgrade that? Okay. Well, is it by the other bar, I guess, kind of. Oh yeah, drinks already. We can get those. Drink house is open. Tell me when you create your character. So it's connected now. Gulp. Amy's befuddled. Go to bed. And my dog's befuddled. Oh crap, I just realized sending them to sleep makes them unhappy. Holy crap, we need to... Oh crap, I need to get my faith up. Ooh, that guy would have been bad. Whew. Can't bonfire ritual, I guess. I can ascend someone though. We gonna bring back. Okay, we got Techno, we got Pacheco. Pacheco's an option though. Techno, Pacheco, Ian Vanity. We can bring back you.
What?
We can bring back you. I forgot you were dead.
I'm dead?
Yeah. You want me to bring you back?
I don't wanna die.
You're already dead.
It will undie me.
Wait, did you just say undie me?
Oh, undie me.
You're back.
Yay! Imagine finding out you died because Nick Master streamed Cult of the Lamb.
Oh crap, that just... Oh my god, I gotta freaking make people happy. Melody. Leader, oh yeah, Melody's a poem writer, which is kind of funny. Leader wrote a poem I had to share. Wretched Kalma fell with ease, his power for the lamb to seize. I think I can do... That's not bad. That wasn't that bad of a poem. Wasn't that bad. I need... Melody already? You already have another poem? Oh, no. Glorious Weir, some elders have been cast from their cult and now seek a place to enjoy. I want to accept it, but I also want to decline it because freaking... I want to decline it, but I can't because I'll lose 25 faith and I'm already running low, so... Already running very low. It's upsetting. How do I get more faith? I need more faith. I can freaking timer thing run down, please. Cause I need bonfire ritual. Okay, we got bonfire ritual. Never mind. Bonfire ritual. Everyone, get your faith up, please. And not let this run this low. Thank you. That could have been so bad. It still is pretty dang bad, but like... Oh, and I woke everyone so... Oh my god. Freaking hell. Okay, how the hell am I gonna get these people stuff back up? Oh yeah, I have to clean stuff, I guess. No, it's not clean. My followers are no longer befuddled, that's good, I guess. Oh yeah, sweeping area. What does that do? Not tired. How do you get tired enough to sweep? How does that work? How do you get tired? I don't get it. Geotic collapse repair. Okay. Sermon and get their following. Not their following. Their faith back up. Pro dude, you haven't made your character yet. Just receive that stuff real quick. I need to make a lot more gold bars and wood. Okay. Yay, okay, what do we got? I don't want that. Trap scarecrow? Oh, that's what it is. Crypt. Crypt is pretty good, actually.
Oops.
I don't want basic decorations. Healing Bay 2? Healing Bay 2 is pretty good. Yeah, Outhouse 2. Missionary 2. I can get Missionary 2. Because it's higher success rate and I can get bones.
We know it has been done.
We make the Missionary 2. Okay, we have to return to that one guy. Now that I have a god tier. Okay, we need to. Oh. Wait, no, we're good. We're gonna send Tyrants here because it's a random follower. Bye bye, you go into the missionary. Okay, now to return to this guy. Right up here. I sense your success. I feel the presence of a god here. Strength, longevity, and a mourning that stretches eternally. Found in the bellies of the foulest of beasts and villains, but seen only by those ascended to godhood. I am glad to have underestimated you, for I deal only with gods. An offer, newly ascended, give unto my name, and we shall be fellows in the enterprise. I have precious articles for being such as you. Oh god! So I have to grant this guy a name, huh? Okay. Boy data. Nothing new in it. I don't know. And thus our contract is struck. Bring me god tiers and I shall reward you in turn. Okay, I can give you one. Here. Oh, what the hell is this? Yeah, tarot card. A new one. Travel to any chamber in a row of the adventure map. Huh. Our inaugural transaction. Items may hold powers you cannot yet fathom. May they serve you well. I can give another god tier because I have 3. When am I gonna get? Let's go gambling. What the hell is that? What is that? Grand Mancer's bomb. Spawn black anchor. Okay, don't want to care about that though. I don't know what clicking. Okay, what do we got here? A scroll of something. I'm guessing it's a building scroll. Flag of the Crown. Cool. Nice. Oh, it's from the DLC. That's cool. I got a DLC thing. For free. Don't even have the DLC. Okay, do some more training. Like actual battle training. Godly sword, haha! Godly. Divine blast. We got godly. Yeah. So that black Arcor is gonna be nice! Because it poisons everything non-stop. Die bird. Why are you so scared, bro? Oh, there's a guy there. I didn't realize there was a guy there. Oh, is he one of oh, I realize he's my frickin' guy sent on a mission. Raise B, then. That was amazing. It slashed and they went, ugh. Okay. I can't wait to tell the others what I saw. I'm the luckiest missionary ever. Now go get me more bones. Gift for me. I really need to give more gifts. I forgot about those stupid things. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I'm stupid! What do we got here? Oh, the Grand Mancer's bomb. Cool. Get to actually use that, I guess. Get to meet. I'm gonna go here. Hello. They took my family and sacrificed in the West. Now I'm all alone. Imagine I leave him. Can I leave him? I can! Oh, that's evil! Oh no! That is so evil! Oh my god! No way! Oh man! Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, I am evil. I am so evil. Oh man. Nada, he says. I'll take a gift. Gift for me. Get another relic here. No, I don't care about that actually. Bye. On to Green Crownland. Let's do this. Let's see. Oh, hi. Lemby, what a night for a wander. The air seems different. Bop and me we were just taking a break from dice for the night. We'll head back to Ratau soon. He's a good rat, Ratau. Took me and Bop in when we had nowhere to go. That's why he was such a great leader, loved by all. You are too, of course. Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot about the frickin'... Icarus Throne. Oh. Yeah. Nah. I want to try out this bomb thing. I want to try out the lamp oil that has rope and bombs because they want it. It's more yours. It's mine, my friend. As long as I have enough rubies. Okay, that was a stretch. Gifts. Yay. Cool. Outdoor is done. Time to go in and beat the Leshy again. The shadow has reached old age. No. Hey, Leshy. Time to put an end to this frivolous masquerade. Time to put an end. End this. That sounded not right. Hi, worm. Oh. Just gonna base race this shit. It's chaos, but I bet I can make it out. Yeah, there you go. Bye, Leshy. Oh. Follower Leshy, yay. Follower Leshy, yay. Oh, I got 3 god tiers. Holy crap. Damn. That's a lot of god tiers. And I like it. Take the bones of stuff. Yay! Shepherd of souls, guide them now into the after so they may not lose their way. Got it. Oh my god. There we go. Everyone's hungry. Okay, got it. I'll make them food. I'll make them some food. I cannot wait to say I would die of old age, because people will be unhappy about that. First sermon, of course. Okay. We can ascend someone. Where's the ascend one? Where? Oh, there it is. The shall be ascending.
Where's my fucking internet not working? There we go.
Damn, that's a lot of level ups. Holy crap! That's a lot of level ups. Why so many? Okay, now it's time to. I don't think we have enough bones. Frick. Frickin' bones! Why are bones so frickin' scared all the time? Wait, can I? Oh, I can do two missionary missions. Not to be, I'll do you for bones. Oh, wait, we can do missionary 3. Nice. Can I make missionary 3? No, I need crystal fragments that I do not have any of. Frick! Okay, what do I want to make? I can make more of those. Guess we're just making some more houses. Housing. I'm so sorry, Taco, for being so sad. I'm not enthusiastic about having to beat Hecate again, because I freaking hate Hecate. Hecate is like the bane of my freaking existence. Okay, I think we're gonna make a follower. I don't know if any of you have their thing in Twitch chat or not. Choose ropes. Oh, there's different ropes. I forgot about that. It's unlawful and celibate. Oh, follower raffle. I'll wait for a few minutes and then I'll end it. And then if no one's in it, I'll just make a character. Yeah, check on Discord. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do a random guy. Form. Who do we want to do? We can do a bear. We can do a different spider. Spider. Yeah, spider. Everything spider. Do a bat. Why does a bat give me an idea for some reason? Oh, we can do a platypus. That's like the easiest. That's like the easiest way up of them all. That's just parry. It's like the easiest thing ever. Guess clean? I don't know. Oh yeah, an old guy. A germaphobe and he was. Sorry. Okay. Interesting. Oh, randomize. Oh, hey, Tago. What do you want? What do you want, Tago? Great leader. What? No! No freaking. Rue?
Yeah.
Look at my stream. Oh no! Oh my god! Okay, I'm gonna have to tell Tug. Oh wait, he's in school, isn't he? I think he's in school.
Anyways. It's really funny to have you in Discord, you know, without the delay, and then seeing your stream like with the delay. It's very funny.
Oh no. What do you want to do about that, Tago? Do you want me to do it or not? I don't care. It's up to you. Do you want to? I'm texting him, seeing if he wants me to do it or not. Okay, here we go. I guess we're doing it. Oh my god. Well, that's an event. Oh, I need more bones. We're gonna wait a little bit because we got time. Okay. That is something. Wow. Just wow. Hi, Leshy. What? Where am I? What is this darkness? I cannot see. Where is my crown? Lamb, damned lamb, I know you are there. I smell you. What has become of us? I can actually name you something different. What the? I'm not going to, but like. Fashionable. Unless she's blind. Huh. Well, that is something. To make some food. Think. That's what I'm gonna do. Make some food and then go out on a crusade. Oh, hello. Who is there? Who is there? It is Shiny, I think? Am I correct on that?
Hello, Shiny.
Yep, I was correct. Hello. What are you saying? I wish I knew. I don't know Russian.
That's Polish.
Oh, it's Polish?
Is it? I don't know. Now that's Russian.
What is he saying? What is he saying? What's bro yapping about? Oh, do raffle? I can do it. Yeah. If I have another follower to spare. Oh, I don't have another follower to spare. I'll do it once I get a follower. Shamura, Mad General now gone, for the bishops none will mourn. It's not that good, is it? It's not that bad. It's gonna be better, of course, but it's not bad. Sacrifice a level 7 follower to open, huh? The oh yeah, I have to... Tell me, godly one, do you crave more? Of course I do, for what god is satisfied with what merely is? As you have seen with the bishops, there is a state that exists between the layers of the world. Purgatory, some may call it. Oh no, what? Oh! Enter once daily, whilst most mortal time stagnates. The blasphemous fulls of purgatory may be expiated for as long as you wish, or survive. Time will stand still in this world. Your followers will need nothing of you while you venture there. Instead, you find more... God, okay. What does it do?
Are you playing
Time.
Overkill?
No, I'm playing Call of the Lamb.
Oh. I see.
Let's go gambling! Got moon charm.
Let's go gambling.
Don't freaking care about the moon charm. Oh, it's a
Doesn't
dark
have to
necklace.
gamble.
Never mind, that's not a moon charm. That's... No known effect, though cultured knowledge is often gained through sacrifice. Huh? That's sus. Okay, God tier gambling number 3 or 2, I guess. Here, I don't know. I got a thing that I
Imagine not
don't
liking
ever care
gambling.
about. Got a shard, yay. Cool. Good tier number 3. What am I gonna get here? A scroll for something. What is it? It is Beefalo skeleton. Beefalo. Okay, nice. Got a beefalo. Not a buffalo, a beefalo. Got it. Okay, I have to sacrifice a level 4 flower. I can do that. It's like, okay. Toby Fox is old, so it might be better to... Oh no! Follower cannot be resurrected! Oh no! I have to do someone who... Okay. No! I have to... Okay. I have to level up someone real quick. I can't let Toby Fox die, then Deltarune will never release!
No. Isn't that one already out?
But not the later chapters.
There's more?
Yeah.
It's going up to chapter 8. We're on we just, chapter 4 is just, we're on, next is chapter 5. Gift. Take the gifts, so I can sacrifice you. It's kind of twisted though. Giving them gifts just so I can sacrifice them. Wow! Level 4, yay.
Get the license of this game on my alternative
Next.
account, but I keep forgetting to fucking play it.
Next missionary cannot fail thanks to Twitch chat. Nice. Cool.
Oh, they failed the last one? What a skill issue.
What was I gonna do? I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay, time to sacrifice this random guy I just gave tons of gifts to. So, Thorgil, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here!
Get out of here.
Bye bye!
Fucking kind of crazy can't die.
Now it's time to freaking kill Hecate. I freaking hate Hecate. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not. I'm stupid. Yeah, I'm right. Ugh. Was that godly or no? I think it's merciless. Race will destroy. Okay, attack. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good actually. No, it's a godly axe. Haha, godly. W. Oath of the Crown. Desting melee attack. Godly. Oh, what the hell? Did not see that bat there. Oh, hi. Oh, what's going on? Oh yeah, the thing. Hi, Hecate. Foul beast, you dare trap me thus? If you insist I suffer, so shall you! What? Where? What? What was it? There was no enemy there. What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh, it's the flies. Oh, the stupid flies. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that a lot. I hate Hecate and everything he stands with. Frickin' Hecate! I hate you. Is it over? It's over. Hecate, you are dead to me. Always have been. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I need to not be dumb. Yeah, yeah, full heart. That's actually nice. Oh my god. Oh yeah, you just destroy rocks untouched. Oh, hi, Kamak. Opening an eye, okay. Oh, hi, skeleton. Can I not be stupid, please? I need HP. Heart, yes. And a gift. Oh, follower, nice. Well, you're getting your wish, pro. 100 lol. I don't know. Oh. Well, first I have to kill these people. I'm watching them fight each other. That's my thing. That's awesome. That's cool. And fun. That got close. No, you are not spraying the frickin' fly things. I hate them. And I got a rhinoceros for free. Rhinoceros feed. Okay, food, I guess. What's next? Something food-ish? Pumpkins. Damn. That was cool. I need HP. That's what I need right now, though. How'd I get hit there? Not annoying. Give me HP. Give me the HP, please. What did I get hit by? Oh, arrows. Fuck you, arrows. I hate you. Yay, blue heart. That actually is nice. Got some HP back. Not. Oh, boss. Witness Bathine.
back if you don't die before. Bye.
Bye. Ah, that was horrible. Where's the... Oh, there you are. Stop casting enemies, please! Stop it with the flies! Thank you. Witness is gone. I'm on 1 heart now, though. That's not nice. I have the witness. Nice. I don't remember what Eyes of the Witness do. It's upsetting. I need more HP, and this is a very confined area that I do not like. Ah! I don't like this. I need more HP. Please. Blue heart. Yes! Blue heart. Thank you. Ah! What was that lag? What was that lag? Where's the last enemy? Ah, there you are. Oh, and there's a heart there. Nice. And a heart there, yes! HP, thank you! No, you are not sending those bad creatures there. Yes, HP, thank you! Thank you, game! Boss fight time! The fact that I'm struggling with a freaking godly axe. It explains why I am needing to train. Ah! Wait, I didn't get hit from that. Nice. Maelstrom. Freaking hell! What was that combo? Ah, blue heart, half blue heart back from that at least. But like, damn, what was that combo? Yes, give me my health back. Oh my god, I knew that was happening from the moment I looked at him. No, wait. Yeah. Okay. HP, yes. HP, okay. Got 2.5 hearts. Oh no, not these things. Okay, they're gone. That's gone. Whew, okay. Need all the HP I can get at this point. This is getting me nervous. Why is this area so long? So we got a hell of a weapon now. For Iligoshi. Let's see how much damage this hit. Okay, I thought it would do more, honestly. Ha. Not a buyer. I don't really care about you that much, though. So. I hate this. I hate those freaking fly things. Oh, what? I hit it! Okay, that is the most bullshitty thing I've seen. You saw that, chat, right? I hit the thing. They said, nah, you're gonna take damage from that. Whatever. No idea, where is it? Excuse me, leader. Oh, yeah. How dark my world. Oh, how I lost my soul till Lamb hath found and made me whole. Seems pretty good. Okay. Get on in here. Pro 100, the raffle is on, so you know. Pro? You there? Pro? Okay, I'll wait till you're back. Oh no, I have to choose. Ah, frick! I have to choose someone now. Are you, Pro? If you're here, we need you.
Get back.
Oh, bye.
What? No. I'm
sorry. Oh. Talking to me.
No, we just need Pro to get back.
Yeah.
Get back.
I think Bro dipped.
Kind of Terraria Pro. No. I really need some kind of Terraria Pro to help me out here.
Okay, who do I want to make? Because Oh yeah, we can make a worm. How about that? I'll name you Harp because I kind of like that name. You're too late, pro. You're not a pro at that. Divine inspiration.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna build a crypt. That way people can put bodies in there without people dying and stuff.
Why is Deer Club so unbased? Dude just hates. Right, no. Whatever.
Hi Leshy, I'll be there in a second. I just have to move this to the morgue, or the, yeah, the morgue, I think it's. Oh, I forgot to build it. Duh. Hi Leshy, I hear you. Wait a second, please. I hear you, Leshy! Shut up, Leshy!
What the fuck is going on?
It's like wanting me to do a quest. Lamb,
damn
this
it.
is not a favor. I do not need your charity. But when dear brother Naren struck us in his fury, my eyes were torn from its sockets. One was savaged and hidden in the tangled darkwood. I despair at the thought of it being uncovered by some simple-minded beast. You have navigated my realm once before. Do we do so again and recover my eye? Perhaps we can make an arrangement. Okay, so we have to find an Eye of Leshy. Got it.
Well, I'm gonna go for the day.
Okay, see ya.
Bye bye, see ya.
And now we are alone. Hey, we got bones back. 64 bones, nice. And you are tired, you go sleep. There are enough bones. Sermon. Sacrifice the Toby Fox. Who has the quest? Melody, I'm guessing? No, yes, it's Melody. You did it, truly, you were that. Oh, yeah. No. That was, yay. Go back in the dark wood, I guess. To find the Eye of Leshy. Is that Blunderbuss again? Yay. Nice. Pretty good stuff. Blunderbuss. Ow, that was horrible. I should not have gotten hit by that. You're welcome. Leader, I'm scared. There's so many monsters out here. But I'll finish my mission and make you proud. Thank you. Ah, oh, I got hit there. I need to find the Eye of Leshy. What is this? The lingering presence of Leshy can be felt. Collected dungeon resources have disappeared. Oh? Why? Mean? Leshy, why? Why, Leshy? You're on my side. Well, the little angry face. Double gold, enemies drop poison. I really need to give gifts to people. Give me something good, Twitch chat. New heart, nice. Enemies will win the room. Next one will be harder. Thanks, Twitch chat. What is this? Oh, hi. What is this? Last message. Found a herd, taken care of, let the worm, now I seek the next. The hell? What the hell is this? Okay, let's do this. Easy. What did I hit by? You died of rage. Oh my god. Nick, you're better than that. Hey, boss fight time. Agorist 2. Witness Agorist. Okay, really? Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the hell is that? I'm gonna die. Dang it, whatever. Get rid of the old age person. What? Who's the old age one? Tinatear, I don't care about you. Dang it! Fuck! I do think that's where we're probably gonna end stream now. It's a good training session. I do agree that we should end on a better note, but whatever. Game? Did it crash? No, wait. It crashes randomly, right? What? Hello? Game? Is you there?